Aloha and shalom. Welcome to the new moon activation. So again, we're here for the new moon, which means new beginning. There's a great mystery, and we are about to get a hint as to what that is. A great mystery is unfolding here and now. So I'm just going to begin to shuffle while you guys tune in. And I'm feeling the energy of the new moon hit me right now, like all at once. It's like, I mean, I've been really needing this activation. I've been feeling so much, and, you know, feeling that Cancerian, watery, emotional moon energy. So, but right now it feels like a pinnacle. So I feel really excited to be gathering here with you guys. And as always, feel free to share the video now while we're live with family or friends, or maybe somebody who's on the mission like you, who's here to bring more light to the world. Maybe you know someone struggling right now. You can share it with them and get them in the live portal, or feel free to share this video at the end. It'll be recorded, and as usual, it will go to YouTube and Instagram, Rebecca Magic, for anyone who's not on Facebook. Let me know where in the comments you're tuning in from. Where in the world are you? I'm tuning in from the Verde Valley, Arizona. Where in the world are you? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to shuffle the other deck now. Do whatever you need to do to be so present, and so right here, right now. Think of all the archetypes as they exist within you and call them forward here now to this present moment, so that we can be our most whole and holy selves here now. Make the most of this activation. Colorado in the house. England in the house. Woo! We're worldwide, folks. We are multi-dimensional, we're interdimensional, we are all present here and now. Okay, so giving thanks in advance to the archetypes or faces of the one for the message they're about to reveal to us through these symbols, so that we can have a bridge of understanding to what these incoming codes are, because otherwise these incoming codes, we'd have no access to them, right? They're like so ancient, so primitive, we wouldn't even have a bridge to be able to connect to them. So we're grateful for the archetypes for being that bridge of understanding, so that we can conceptualize these things and thus connect to them within our consciousness, within our awareness, and then manifest real results. Like, wow, what a tool. Okay, so giving thanks in advance for this message. New moon, new beginning. What is the current challenge and gift? The focus. What are we stepping away from? Why are we going through this focus right now? And what is the archetype that represents the short-term outcome? And this gives us such a powerful tool, because if we ask, like, what is the archetypal theme that we're about to step into? Like the future, right? Because we can't, like I always say, we can't actually tell the future, but we can absolutely ask for a sign from the one, God, the universe, whatever, source. What is the pattern to come? Because everything is a pattern, right? It's a cyclical pattern. And that is the way that we can ask for help, in a way that we can be sure we are going to receive reliable guidance, because there absolutely is an eternal pattern. And we have every right to ask, hey, show me a sign. You know, what part of that pattern am I stepping into next? And therefore, when we get that sign, we can then kind of have a higher way, a more conscious way of setting what in yoga is called a drishti, right? Like a focus, a perspective of focus. So in this way, we go beyond the world of time and space, and we ask for a drishti, or a reference point, so that we can manifest with precision and with proficiency. And the most reliable way, again, to do that is to ask, what is give me a sign or a symbol that will show me what pattern of the cycle I'm stepping into next, which cycle within the cycle am I stepping into? And so if we base our choices in thought, speech, and action on this timeless code, on this timeless vision of the future, then we can be sure that we're putting our best foot forward. We can be sure that we're starting off in the best way possible. So that's why we're asking for that card. And then as usual, we're going to pull a Hebrew letter as the main ally of focus for this week. I feel so much energy running through me. I feel like a river. I feel like, woo, like so much electricity. And I'm just like, when I breathe it out, it's just like powerful. Like all of it's moving through me like a pinball machine. Okay, so bear with me as it comes in, okay? So here we go. New moon, new energy. Check it out, y'all. How many times this is archetype going to come up? And not just in our collective readings, but in personal readings for myself and for one-on-ones with others. This archetype has been so present. So let's stay extra aware of this theme, as it is the main focus right now, the challenge and gift. It's the 8 of Cups. It's time right now to really prioritize looking at, dissecting, analyzing the situations that we've committed to, and particularly relationships or any situations that involve feelings or emotions. Look at the situations we have recently more deeply committed to. Are they working out? Is your commitment going far? Is it worth it? Are you seeing results from the effort you're putting into the situations you've committed to? What situations have you been afraid of committing to, or feeling like it's time to actually release that commitment and shift the dynamic? Okay, check it out. The guy is walking away from the stack of cups. There are 8 there. Well, there are 8 here, but there's 1 missing, and that's the 9th one. So 9 is completion. So tarot is a sequence. He's walking off to find that fulfillment, that final cup, right? Like that trophy that represents that emotional evolution. It's important to note this, you guys. This is such important information coming in. It's important to note that each of these cups doesn't just represent love. It represents all that was born of that love, the light that is one with that love, which is multiplied by its own power. That's what we doing out here. We alchemists for real. Okay, so that's what each of these cups represent. Like, look how far I've come. I'm at the 8, almost the 9, but not quite. And I have all these trophies, which represent the light that I've helped to co-create here in this world. It's like the trophies, or like the talismans that you get in like a video game, right? Like on a journey game, a quest game. It's the trophies that you get when you move through these journeys within the emotional realm, the emotional dimension, and the gold that comes of you succeeding. The gold that comes of you conquering lower aspects of yourself within the emotional realm, within the realm of relationships with yourself, with others. That's what those trophies represent. And now it's like, well, I got to find that final trophy within this cycle, right? Because then it just begins again. But I've got to go find that fulfillment. I've got to go get my next trophy. And if I'm honest with myself, and this is for all of us, okay? I'm talking for all of us right now. If I'm honest with myself and I look at my situation in life and all of my relationships, how does this apply to my life? Are the current situations I'm in giving me opportunities to successfully complete this next level, this next stage of being? Am I receiving opportunities within the relationships that are right here, right now, to achieve that next trophy, to go deeper with my own emotional mastery with myself and others within this world? Am I ready to make more light out of what is here? Are there opportunities for me to be a more virtuous person? That's what it really comes down to. So within my relationships right now, that's where we're really wanting to focus. Where are the opportunities for me to be a better person? Where are the opportunities for me to be more patient, more kind, more loving, more honest? If you feel exhausted and the opportunities aren't presenting because the dynamic has become so warped, right? If there's like a lot of pain or trauma, we can't move through that, or perhaps peacefully it's time to move away. The point is, we need to milk these relationships and situations in our lives right now for these opportunities to be a better person. Otherwise, we're just not on our path. It's not so much about the physical stuff around us, but how can we make use of it in this way where we are living our purpose to bring more light to the planet, to bring heaven to earth, to be a better person, and to do acts of goodness. So if you feel exhausted and there are no opportunities within a certain relationship or situation or project. Move on. This is not just about your boyfriend or even your mother or your child, your lover, whatever. It's about every situation. Okay, really open it up, because I talk about this in my book and I've never seen this written anywhere else. But you guys, when you look at the primary element pulled, we consider this situation in the realm that it's pulled first, right? So we're considering our emotions and relationship feelings. But then you want to see how it applies to every other dimension, because as in one, so in all, baby. So first we start with the water and feelings, and then we go into the other realms. So what situations, as far as like your manifestations right now, your job, your money flow, your finances, or your challenges regarding anything and anyone, just your challenges in general, which is represented by the swords. Ask yourself, are there any situations in any realm right now where I'm exhausted of those opportunities? Because then it's time to move on and clear that and open up the space for fresh energy to come in, fresh opportunities for that fulfillment. And what I mean by that fulfillment, that getting that cup, I don't just mean like fulfilling your own self and your own heart, but aligning what your heart's desires are with the desires of the true one heart that we all share. I want to take it there. I want us to go all the way. Oh, my ears are on fire. I want us to go all the way. I don't want us to only seek that cup for the self. I want us to seek that fulfillment for the one, because I know that that is what feels the best. I know that that is what we all come here for truly. So I don't want anyone of us who are all one to waste any precious energy or resources on anything other than seeking that one heart's fulfillment, because it is the best path, the most proficient path we can be on as one, is aligning our heart's desires, right? Like aligning in our ideology so that we can all be on this path together. So know this, when you go forth to seek that next trophy, whether you choose to deepen your commitments to exactly where you're at right now, or change some of that, however you choose to use this material environment and all of your situations within it to get that next cup, may you remember how your cup is connected to the one cup, how your heart is one with the one heart, and how everything you do affects the one and is affected by the one. And understand that if you align your heart's desires with the desires of the one, right? If you make your desire to be in alignment with the desire to bring heaven to earth, right? If you make your desire, I want to be a better person, give me opportunities to embody more of this light that I already am. Give me opportunities to put this light that is me in motion. That's all it is. That's bringing heaven to earth. So if we all make our next experience about that, if we all pray for those opportunities, then we'll begin to see the ones that are already present in the current details of our reality. And we will also begin to manifest some changes and some adjustments that will be divinely orchestrated beyond our monkey mind in order to bring about the most opportunities possible. If we all do that, we will all feel amazing. We will all be truly living our purpose. And we will feel a greater sense of fulfillment, because God helps those who help themselves. Right? If you help yourself, then you are helped by God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Life supports life. So if you say, hey, God, one, source, universe, self, I want to do this thing for us, for our upliftment, for our ascension, for our betterment, then everything and everyone rushes to your aid to support you. Does anybody know about Rob Bresney's philosophy of pronoia? It's the opposite of paranoia. Believing that everything is rigged in your favor, right? Y'all have heard this before. This is what it is. Truly, when you align yourself with the true light of who you are, with your authentic nature, which is that infinite light, when you truly make that connection and you align with that frequency of who you really are, then it's absolutely true that the universe conspires in your favor, because you work for the one and the one works for you, baby. Let's move along now. Okay, we're moving away from the 5 of Cups. So we have 2 cups now, we have the 8. And we're coming away from the 5. And this is like, you know, clear to see because we're moving away from a lesser number to a higher. So it's like an even clearer message. The point is this. We're moving away from this part of the cycle within the emotional lesson that we've been learning. Within this emotional roller coaster, we're moving away from the part where we are moping around, victimizing ourselves, wallowing in our own self-pity, looking at the opportunities that have been lost, that are no more. No, we're done with that. We know what is no more. We know which opportunities are no longer here. We're not going to pretend, first of all, like there are still opportunities where there aren't. We don't do that. We're not doing that anymore. We're not wasting our time. We're also not going to be upset about it. We're actually going to be so grateful because why in this moment should I all of a sudden pretend like I don't always trust that everything is rigged in my favor? No, I trust that I'm in alignment with my authentic nature. I know who I am in the image of this infinite light. And because I know that, it's simultaneously true that I must know that this is all set up so that I can receive the maximum amount of opportunities to bring heaven to earth, to be a better person. So I'm not going to resist the opportunities that have faded away. I'm going to be grateful, and through that elevated frequency of gratitude, I'm going to weave into my life those next opportunities. I'm going to manifest those opportunities to come to me that are already existing because everything already exists simultaneously as one. This is why I don't believe in past lives, because what is the past when you're referring, you know, when you're thinking from a place of no time, no space, everything's already there. And I think it's important to know that, lest we trap ourselves in a way where we then are unable to manifest appropriately and efficiently. When we know that everything already exists, we don't have to try so hard to create it. We just have to call it to us, right? Like law of manifestation, you know, law of attraction 101. Okay, so we're moving away from that sulking and that da-da-da-da-da. We're actually doing the opposite now, where we're going, thank you for this, because I fully trust, not only when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Okay, and we're moving toward another 8. So we're here right now, and we're moving toward another 8, and this is the 8 of Swords, and Swords is the suit of challenges, okay? It looks like this. So we're going to, and this is so clear, you guys, it's up to us to set ourselves free from the situations that are just an endless challenge. We already touched on this a little bit, so this is how it's all going to connect. We were saying that it's up to us to set ourselves free. When there is a situation that has been exhausted of opportunity, we have to be honest with that, and we got to get ourselves out of it. The truth is this, you guys, no one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. We have to get ourselves out of the situations that aren't serving us, because sometimes other people that are involved, for example, may be more attached. Other people may not have the intuition that you have, and you can't ever live life by somebody else's terms. Of course, be open, receptive, take in information, but then it must go through your own filter, your own, heart's compass. And you've got to know for yourself, no matter what anybody else says, where do I know in my heart this relationship, this opportunity, this project is exhausted of all opportunities for me to be a better person. Like, it's just devoid of purpose at this point. That's where you need to do the work to set yourself free. And know this, whatever challenges you work to set yourself free from, or and then the deeper the commitment and the harder it is to detangle yourself, the more of a gift that awaits you on the other side of that bravery. Because bravery is a virtue that, all of them come right back to us. Like when we do an act of goodness, it's immediately upon ourselves because there's only one. But when we realize it, there's like a time lag in this dimension, right? So we don't get to see the results right away. But bravery is one that you usually immediately you're filled with a sense of adrenaline, magic. You immediately feel the results of your own virtue, and it's just so powerful. So know this, the harder it is to detangle yourself from a situation, but you do it anyway, the greater the gift. And that gift that you'll get through doing this work is going to last you well beyond this lifetime. So I'm not just going to say it's worth it, it's what must be done. Now or later, time doesn't matter, it's up to you. But I'm trying to get that right now. Like, I'm trying to make this happen. You know what I'm saying? So all the work that we do to detangle ourselves from situations we know, even if everybody and everything outside of you is saying no, but you do it because you know it's coming from your heart. So you do it with love and you do it with bravery, then wow, the gifts will be profound. Why we're going through this? Ooh, very obvious. Ace of Pentacles. Boom, baby. We're going through this so that we can be initiated into a new cycle. Aces are initiations. This is the suit of Pentacles. We want a new life. I want a new life. I want to create a new powerful beginning. And and I'm speaking for all of us, okay? In order for me to create this new powerful beginning, I'm pulling myself out of the past, out of victimization, out of self-pity. I'm honest about what's not going to give me any more opportunities. And I'm honest with where I can take on more accountability and deepen my commitment to these opportunities with what is already present and also what I'm about to take on. And I'm going to have the bravery to do it. I'm going to be brave and detangle myself from those things that I know in my heart are not serving the one. And I know that as I move through each of these situations, I free up energy, and that space that I free up is going to be a gigantic gift, which is going to reflect as the manifestation of my new reality. That's how I'm going to create the space for this ace to come through, is by pulling myself out of the past, being honest about what's here, seeing how I can work with it to be the best me possible, clearing the way of those things that I'm so entangled with, but no, do not serve. And in my bravery, I'm rewarded with the space for the ace. The space for the ace. Making the space for the ace. Making the space for the ace. The new beginning. All that this ace represents. And that's so exciting. We'll get to create so many new things for ourselves. And remember, as in one dimension, so in all, we're going to feel new, renewed in so many ways on every level. And I feel personally that this new moon, it's interesting because it's like new, but it's giving us a code on how to start new. But we have like this month to carry out this like rigorous program, this strategy. Okay, my work is pull myself into the present moment. Stop looking at what is no longer present. Stop looking at opportunities that are not there anymore and create new ones. Set ourselves free from this mess that we've been, only keeping ourselves trapped in so that we can create this new reality. Okay. We have the Ayin, the Hebrew letter Ayin, A-Y-I-N. You can Google it. Just gazing upon it is a powerful meditation. And it's the 16th letter of the alphabet, so it's connected to Arcanum 16, the Tower. And the hieroglyphic symbol for the Ayin is an eye. And as always, when you want to know what that means, you ask, what is the eye in relation to the divine? It's the eye of the divine, the eye of Shiva, eye of God, all-seeing eye, yeah. So that's what this ally is this week. It's saying, right now, it's time to not wait for that great power to come in and knock down everything that was fake anyway. Let's do that ourselves. Yay. Let's not wait for the rug to be pulled out from under us, but let's remember that we have this force within us, this force of creation and destruction. Yeah, we have that within us. So let's not wait for it to kick our behinds. Let's go ahead and tap into that source, that power right now, and fully lean in and trust that if I'm that, I ain't got nothing to lose. And pull the rug up right now. Get rid of that get rid of that stuff. Gain the courage. There's no greater courage than the Ayin. It's the greatest force. It's the eye. Okay, it's the most powerful. When you see people, with their Khamsas, their eye of God, their eye of Fatima, right? They have this protective force all of a sudden because of this eye, the eye of God, protection. So we have that within us. Let us use that protective force to destroy all that is keeping us from our growth, that is keeping us from moving forward with what we know we have to do. Ooh, call on that energy right now. Boom, 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 baby. Let it go. Pull yourself out of that mess. What you were afraid of losing or leaving behind yesterday, may you be so brave today to go, I'm done. I'm out. This is not working. That is the I. That's the Iron, okay? And again, it's connected to the Tower card, which is the one with the tower being blasted by the lightning and the top is popping off. What that's representing is a liberation, a turn of events that's freeing us from bad habits or unsustainable behaviors and situations. And that lightning coming in is the original pattern of creation coming in to reset us. Now, some people might look at that and in a smaller way, they interpret it, you know, based on the smaller self, bound to time and space. And they interpret that as, oh yeah, so I'm leaving that job, or I'm quitting that drug, or I'm, you know, free from that, whatever. No. I'm talking about we are coming from a place of oneness consciousness, collective awareness. And while, yes, that may be a way we interpret it for our small situation, let's take it all the way, because you know I love to go all the way to the bigger picture. Let's take it all the way. As a collective, we're being liberated. As a collective, we're receiving the energy to come in and reset us. And it's not just like a reset, it's like a reset. Like, how much can you open up to this reset in a way that is divine, in a way that is bigger than just the human consciousness and just yourself? If we have this as the ally right now, and we're thinking tower, we're thinking liberation, turn of events, reset, let's go all the way. Let's ask for not just like a small reset, but let's ask for like, wow, a divine intervention, because that's what it truly represents. Not just a turn of events, but a divine turn of events, a divine intervention. So open up to fully receive that. And a way that you will be able to do that is in just knowing what that even is. Like, know the power of the Ayin. Know the power of the limitless I. The force of creation and destruction. Know it and understand how you come from it and how you can tap into it, and you will be all powerful. And no worries for those of you in the back going, oh, that's scary. This power can't be used in a way that's outside of divine order, because there's nothing outside of divine order. So we're not afraid of dark magic or manipulation here. We ain't afraid. We ain't afraid here. We work for the one. We ain't got no fears. Our innocence is our armor, and we know that. So we sow that. Phew. So it's interesting because we have the Ayin, that's a 16. 1 and 6 makes a 7. So we have an 8 and 8, 7, 8, 8. Then we have the 5 and an ace. So again, just to sum it up, we want to manifest a new beginning. There's energy that has become stale. There are opportunities that have faded away. We need to pull our energy back to center, okay? We've been like grieving over opportunity and unconsciously grieving over opportunities that are no longer here. Like, well, I really wanted that to work out, or I was wishing that. Well, it didn't. It didn't. And that's not just okay, it's fantastic if you really trust that there's nothing outside of divine order. If you really trust that you're being your most authentic self, then you really must fully trust and not go so out of your way to doubt and victimize. Just be here, be so present, and really look for and ask for the signs, because you have every right. Lean on the universe. If you're working for the one will work for you. So ask for what you deserve, which is guidance, which is nurturance. Okay, your parents, your divine mother and father, they live within all things. So you can ask within yourself. You can ask around yourself. It's all yourself. You can ask for guidance from these forces. I need some signs right now. I need to be guided. You will receive it. If you are true in your heart with this request, you will receive it. So ask. Okay, so pulling our energy back to the present, observing where we do have opportunities to do acts of goodness and be a better person, and where those opportunities have died, and where we can now untangle ourselves from those situations and know that the ritual is the untangling. The ritual is in the cord cutting. The ritual is in the sage burning. The ritual is in the dialogues, the conversations, the mental rewiring, the effort you put into that. That is the ritual right now. The detangling from the situations that you are honestly knowing at the core of your heart are just not it anymore. And you're making space, the gift from the untangling, the work and the effort of untangling, the gift is this space, because within this space is the infinite. Space is infinite opportunity. That's why the gift, the trophy, is ultimately space. That grail, you know, like you hear all the myths of like, what's in the grail? What is it? The philosopher's elixir, the alchemical elixir of life, it's empty space. It's infinite space. That's what it is. The grail is a symbol of the heart, and within the heart is a vortex of infinite space. It's where the two meet as one, and there's either death or eternal life. It's an infinite vortex. That's what's in the grail, y'all. That's what's inside these trophies, inside these cups. What we get when we produce light, right? Like when we act bravely, when we set ourselves free, when we act on our patience, when we act on our honesty and we say something honest or we do something honest, right? When we put the light that's within us into motion and we do an act of goodness, we emit a light that creates more space, more expansive, limitless opportunity for ourselves as individuals and for the collective. That's the gift. Because truth is love, is light, is eternal space. They're all one. So the best way that we can receive that gift, that space, right, is by creating it ourselves, right? Because the universe is reciprocal. Nature is reciprocal. So we do acts of goodness, which anyone can do. That's why this is great, because God didn't leave anyone out. Anyone, anybody, anywhere on this planet, any age, any sex, your gender doesn't matter. Anyone can do an act of goodness, and that is the way that we become an instrument for that light that's within us to come through and actually do something in this world. And the gift then becomes more light, more truth, more love, more space, spaciousness. Don't forget that one, because that is what creates the opportunity for us to keep on going, to keep on bringing heaven to earth. It's a never-ending process. When we express love, we express an act of goodness, it's mirrored in the world, and it's a reciprocal effect, and it's infinite. So may we remember that and manifest this new beginning as we set ourselves free, bravely creating space for a new reality to emerge. I'm with you guys. Thank you all for being here with me on this new moon. I look forward to seeing you next week. See how far we come from right now till 1 week into this cycle. It feels like it's going to be powerful and a lot of work that we're going to be doing each week in the best way. Play. And thank you to everybody who's been donating, reaching out for readings, bookings. I've been a little MIA the last couple weeks. I've been working on a couple big projects, so I haven't been in my scheduling books. I apologize if you're waiting on a response, but don't give up. I will be with you shortly. I'm happy to book a one-on-one reading with you right now. It makes a great gift, even if you're not wanting one for yourself. Readings are great at any time in your life because you can be going through something positive or negative. It doesn't matter. Whatever you're going through, the cards will help you to create a strategy to maximize your potential for bringing heaven to earth through any and all situations. So come see me. And my Venmo is Rebecca-Magic. Magic is with a CK if you want to give back and donate. I also want to hear from you. Leave a review. Leave a review on my Facebook, facebook.com/RoyalPathTarot. Or email me some words. Let me know how these activations have moved you. info@royalpathtarot.com. And my favorite thing ever is to teach this style of reading. I mean, gosh, it's so limited in language when I try to explain this, but my favorite thing to do is empower others to connect directly to the Archetypal Alliance, to maximize not only their own potential in this life, but our potential as one collective consciousness. So if you want to learn more about how to do this work every day and for other people in your life, in your circle, ask me about my video course. It's hours and hours and hours of material diving into the occult symbolism to better understand yourself and the universe. And of course, I have my books, Royal Path 1 and 2, that bring you into the major archetypes and then the minor. You don't even need a deck of cards to start. Yep. I could go on and on, you guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week for the first quarter to see where we're all at. Blessings and shalom.